All right, welcome everybody. My name is Brian Hartman. We are here at the Live at 5 episode number 12. We are here at Pharus Plaza, Pharus Global headquarters at 1859 Southeast Port St. Lucie Boulevard in Port St. Lucie, Florida. And we are excited today to have the managing partner of CRES Corp International, Benny Spensieri, who we're going to introduce here in just a moment. I'd like to mention to everybody, if you have any comments during the course of the show, please drop them into the comments below where you're watching this. It might be on Facebook, could be on LinkedIn, or on our YouTube channel. Just drop them in the comments, and we will be more than happy to answer those questions. Pharus Global is a ecosystem of different companies, starting with business management services, all the way through to full service insurance agencies. So for any needs that you might have, go to pharusglobal.com and we will be happy to connect with you. And without further ado, I would like to introduce at this time the managing partner, the master of CRES Corp International, Benny Spensieri.
Hey, how's everybody doing out there?
Welcome. We're glad to have you, Benny.
Thanks for the intro. Very nice.
Yeah, Benny has been involved in real estate for how long now?
21 years.
Wow.
I'll let that get past this station. Go ahead.
You started when you were 5, right? We
There
won't
you
talk,
go.
buddy. And so tell us, Benny, tell us a little bit about yourself. What's your background? Where did you come from? I've heard it. I love it. I think it's awesome. Tell us how you reached this point.
Well, how far back do you want me to go?
Well,
Police
when you had
station?
the carriage and the stroller. No, I'm kidding. I guess
Well,
I know of 2 different roles that you had before CRES Corp. So why don't you talk a little bit about that?
I was a United States Marine, which is where the Corps comes from in our CRES Corps emblem. And I was an MP in the Marine Corps for 4 years. Got out and I was a police officer for 10 years. And did very well. Came down to Florida with the intent to get on the police force down here. And while I was waiting, fortunately I got involved in real estate, which I found to be my passion. And ever since then, I stuck with real estate. Started off in residential for about, I think, 11 years when I started dabbling in commercial. And then once I got into commercial, that was it. I never went back. So even during the market crash, which was horrific, I still stuck it out. I loved it. And to this day, I still love it, just like the first day.
That's amazing. You made it through a crazy time, and now you're going through another crazy time. So kudos to you, man, to be able to make it through all of that.
Thanks.
So tell us a little bit about CRES Corp International.
So I mentioned the market crash, and the market crash is that's where CRES Corp evolved. I'll tell people when they come in, and I'm not ashamed to admit it, I just about lost my shirt during the market crash, but stuck it out through many, many years and developed a system that would work under any condition, including this COVID condition we have now. So CRES Corp is a company that always evolves before the market actually shifts. We recognize when the market is going to shift, and then we start proceeding in that direction before, so we're prepared for the shift. So that's the basis of CRES Corp. And a lot of people would understand CRES Corp International is a commercial real estate company, but we do have a residential component as well, and maybe later we'll talk a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So CRES Commercial Real Estate Services Corp, right?
That's correct, yes.
So you go by with the motto, creating business opportunities. Can you explain what that means a little bit?
So yes, CRES Corp, we want to do business. Everything about us is business, and you'll hear that with a lot of real estate companies out there. But the problem is they waste a lot of time. They do less business and more talking and wasting time. So we come in with a strategy to actually capture listings, but most important, sell the listings. So in order to do that, we have to create business opportunities. A lot of times sellers come to us, they give us a property, the numbers aren't quite there for the price that they want. So we would bring in something like Pharus Group, which is part of our ecosystem, to assist them with developing a better business strategy in order to get the numbers up and increase their bottom line. Now, their business and property is worth more and we can sell it for more. That's one strategy. Another one is bringing up hotels in this market is not easy to do because hotel businesses are hurting. Anything in hospitality is due to COVID.
Yeah.
So we don't look at a hotel as a hotel. We look at it as an assisted living facility proposition, perhaps an independent living, memory care, something where we can restructure the business and reinvent it as an ALF. So we're able to do these things, and when we do this, we're now able to save the sellers and the owners of these properties and capture a higher price for them.
So that way you're not marketing hotels to hotels, right?
Well, we'll do that too, but we understand that it's not likely a hotel investor is going to pay top dollar for a hotel today. So as a broker, we don't want to waste time with that because then we're not going to sell anything. So we reposition our properties. We have a lot of these going out right now. So medical and healthcare is our sweet spot, but now we're coming into hotels, keeping them as hotels and motels, but restructuring their business, creating a new boutique, and once again through Pharus Group, bringing in management systems, promotional systems, HR, administrative, and showing them that there's a possibility they can get rid of the franchise, which are very expensive. So
Awesome. So I know we're going to be talking about selling commercial real estate in a tough market. We're in a kind of I don't know if it's a tough market yet, but we might be heading that direction. A little bit of, like I said, crazy times, right? So I know you briefly talked about types of commercial properties um, and um, and receiving a higher price. What are some of the things that you can do besides conversions and things like that? What else is available so owners can receive a higher price when they're selling their properties?
well, one of the items that we look at is financing, available financing. We like to position financing for certain properties we have when we list them. So in other words, if we have a mobile home park, okay, we'll take that. They seem to be a hot item today. We're selling a lot of those.
Right.
But if we take a mobile home park, we list the park, immediately we consult with Pharus Funding Partners and pull in a lender that is going to be, and that's Pharus Funding Partners. So we position a lender for this transaction. So once we get the buyer in, we introduce them to Pharus Funding Partners. We position them for a loan because they're going to need financing. In this day, we prefer to work with financing because if we don't, then we rely on the cash buyer, and a lot of times their offers are not acceptable to the seller. So once again, if that happens, we're not selling properties. So with financing in place, we move it. So there's another creation of business right there. Um, other opportunities would be like office complexes. The office business has been dying even before COVID. Uh, Nobody really needs an office today due to technology, not even in a real estate company. We can operate, um, Brian, I operate out of my car. Okay, I'm all over the place. I'm everywhere but my office over here. I'll show up for the shows, but other than that, I'm out on the road.
Mm-hmm.
So what we do is we'll take an office and we'll reposition that as a executive suite concept. So in other words, now we can move the office. In fact, this office that I'm sitting in right now is a 67,000 square foot building that we actually sold to the owner of this building, and then of course we negotiated ourselves in here. So we're able to do this with just about any property out there. Right now, we're looking at industrial a little bit more because now industrial seems to be moving in a positive direction. So, but there's not a property out there we can't sell. Okay, we consult with the sellers, and because we have our ecosystem of business, we're able to come in and restructure everything and make it work.
Nice. Awesome. As a reminder, if anybody has any questions for Benny while we're chatting here, drop the questions in the comments. We'll be happy to answer them. So, Benny, a lot of real estate companies are charging very high fees for listing. What word's getting out that CRES Corp offers great commission structures, and what type of fees does the company charge your clients?
Well, we want to get the deal, so we're very complimentary with our fees. I'll put it to you that way. We have a lot of deals going on, so we don't need to capture 6 to 8 points or whatever these companies out there charge, and they do charge a lot. But we come in and we'll structure something anywhere from 1 to 4 points, depending on the size of the deal. If we have a $50 million deal, it'll probably be something like a point, right around there, point and a half. We have a $16 million deal right now where we're actually making 2 points, but the seller gave us that. We didn't ask. We probably would structure something better. But the reason why we do this is because we want to work with the sellers. We don't want commission to kill the deal. So we work with the sellers. We give them a good commission structure. But the one thing is that commission goes to our side. That's CRES Corp International. That wouldn't include any outside agencies if they come in. I would have to tell you that 95% of the business that we do, CRES Corp International, is in-house. Either myself or our agents are closing these deals. Very few deals have outside agents. Not that we exclude them. It's just that they have a tough time getting business and bringing reliable clients to the table to buy our properties. And by the time they bring them, they're sold. We pretty much got them sold. So right now we've got, a lot of contracts, people calling, and their feelings are getting hurt every day. So that's
You got to get the ambulance for them, right?
yeah, the ambulance.
So let's chat about listing agreements. The rumor has it that CRES Corp does not require listing agreements. Tell us a little bit about that. How does that work?
So for various reasons, sellers may not want to list. Now, listings are the way to go. If you really want to sell a property, you list the property. That's the way to go. But we don't want to argue with them. A lot of times they don't want to list. They just like us to bring the buyer, which we have a huge database of qualified buyers. But we also have what we call a preferred investor program that's exclusively ours. And with this program, buyers and sellers can sign up. And the seller, when they sign up, it's a non-exclusive arrangement where we bring a buyer to them, and if the buyer purchases their building or business, then we get a commission that we all agree to. So it works fine. In fact, I got to say 90% of our business is probably off market. We always advise the sellers to list because that's the way they're going to get the biggest and best price, but we don't want to fight with them. So we'll do the preferred investor program. On the buyer side, the buyers can sign up for this too. And what they get is they get to see all the off-market properties where other buyers wouldn't get to see that. So, and we got them signing up. To my surprise, I thought we were going to get individual investors. We're getting huge companies signing up for the preferred investor program. So,
wow.
Now we got to get the properties in. So sellers out there, bring us your properties. We got the buyers.
So that means big companies mean multiple property purchases too, right?
Yep, we got something for everybody out there. So
awesome. So I know that you also assist clients with 1031 exchanges. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Right. We work with Old Republic 1031 Exchange. Not that that's the only company out there, but we've got a great working relationship. Janet Shum is the one that we work with. She's taught some of our classes. So what we always advise our clients that the 1031 exchange exists. We are not intermediaries, but what we are is a company that can bring property to the table. So as most people know out there, you have 45 days to target a property. If you don't, you're going to lose your 1031 exchange benefit, and that can be costly. It could run you anywhere from 15 to 25% when you got to pay the bill, Uncle Sam, at the end of that. So much better to keep that money in your pocket, invested in another property, and grow your portfolio and your wealth. But we have a property, and that's what we do. I'll get them calling us 5 days. They got They're 40 days into it. They couldn't find anything. They called us, please, you got something? And I got to say, a lot of times we're successful. We have the property for them. They dive right into it, and we save them, and they get a great property and save and defer their taxes.
Nice. I just wanted to quickly say hello to Karen out there. She just dropped in the comments. She's saying hello, so welcome to the show. So Benny, COVID-19 is affecting our economy, obviously, and I know this better than most. Bank financing is becoming unpredictable, and it's driving me crazy. So property owners, are worried buyers will not be able to get the loans they need. How does CRES Corp help assist these property owners?
Okay, one system that we use quite effectively, one that you don't like, Brian, because you're in finance, but
Yeah.
We structure seller financing. Okay, I know, I apologize, but you asked.
I know.
All right.
I knew it was coming.
Well, a lot of times now, if the seller owns a property and they have a minimal or no balance on the property, no debt, we're able to get seller financing going. And what that does, it's a temporary fix. It gets the buyer in. If the seller really needs to sell, it's the way to go. So how we structure it is we're always looking out for the seller and the buyer. But on the seller's case, they'll come to you and they'll tell you, I don't like seller financing because I don't want to go into a foreclosure problem. And in my experience, 2 properties were handed to our company that came out of foreclosure, and we were asked to assist them and sell these properties, which we did. One of them we actually sold 3 times, but they came to us and they were a mess. The people in there did seller financing. The buyers came in, and in about a year or 2, the places were destroyed. They were mobile home parks. The reason being is because they allowed the buyers to come in with 0 down, okay? No money down. No seller ever wants to do that.
Right.
If a buyer doesn't have skin in the game, there's no risk to them. They can take off whenever they like.
Whatever they want, yeah.
Yep. So we structure it to where there's no less than 25% down, and then we have to make the rest of the rate in terms affordable to the buyer, and yet reasonable to the seller too. So we structure everything from top to bottom. We haven't had one failure with our seller financing. So that's
when you go like this, knock wood.
Knock on wood. So we have some more coming up, by the way. I shouldn't say that, but we do. So that's one.
You get shot to the heart, man.
but when COVID goes away, we go to Pharus Funding Partners. All right. So there it is.
Yay. Well, let's shift gears a little bit. And we've been talking about sellers a lot and properties being sold. We talked about preferred investor program for sellers, but little birdie told me there might be preferred investor program for buyers. What's that all about?
Yeah, for the buyers, I did mention that before, but the buyers are able to sign up, and non-exclusive arrangement. So basically, we show them properties that are off market, and like I told you, 90% of our business is pretty much off market. We like to get the properties in and out as quickly as we can. So they go straight to our preferred investors, and they get first dibs. And then if it doesn't go that route, then everybody else gets to see the property, and we eventually sell that. But it's a good program. In the program, we request that the buyers pay the commission, but it's historically sellers pay a commission, and it's factored into. It's negotiated in the price. It's negotiated in the financing, whatever. But it's usually factored in on the seller side. However, there might be times where we capture a property where we negotiate a price that's so low that the seller can't comply with the low price, plus pay commission on top of it. That's where the buyer comes in. And once again, our commission structure is very reasonable, 2-3 points, whatever it is. We make that. The buyers make that back in the first month of income that they produce. So it works out fine. What we're doing now, we're working out with some of our investors now where we're actually becoming partners with them. And this is going to be a bigger play for us next year with our ecosystem, Pharus Global. And we're going to be raising capital for purchases. Ferris Funding Partners would be able to produce the financing, and then we would raise the capital for whatever the balance is that's needed. So there's something for us, for our investors, and also for our agents that want to invest in this. So there's going to be some golden opportunities next year. Next year is going to be good, really good.
Looking forward to that, man. Let's get 2020 behind us already.
Yeah.
Let's cruise through December fast. So also, you talk about preferred investor program for buyers, but there's a qualification of those buyers too, right? What do they need to do to qualify?
Okay. In order to qualify, and you're right about that, we don't just take anybody. They have to show us the money. Okay. So we need to see, yes, proof of funds. All right. They have to be pre-qualified. They have to have a bank backing them if they don't have all the money that they need. But most important, because everybody can come to us with money, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to make legitimate offers or buy stuff. We don't want to waste time with buyers that look at 50 properties and never buy anything, so they waste everybody's time. So we give them to the other companies. We want the serious buyers. So how do we determine that? Well, simple. We simply look at what they just purchased. So they had to have purchased something within the last year, 2 years maybe. They have to show us some proof that they're actually doing business. Now, when they show us that, that's the next level of pre-qualification that we do. So we're happy that they got the money, but they gotta spend it also. So that's the pre-qualification process right there.
Awesome. Now, I know that there's other ways that CRES Corp assists investors with growing their real estate portfolio. What else do you guys have up your sleeve?
Well, right now, we're looking at, since hotel businesses and restaurants are suffering today, there's a lot of opportunity there. Wherever there's, a dark cloud, there's always a silver lining, and we always look for that silver lining. So what we're doing, we're just in the beginning stages of assisting hotel owners if they can't keep their businesses, but selling them as a string to our investors who want to develop a new chain. And once again, we would bring in Pharus Group to analyze the business and restructure the business. If anybody's ever looked at the financials account of a hotel, it's not good. Usually 80% of it goes to expenses, 20% is profit, and that's a dangerous place to be. So what we would do is come in and take out some of the things like the franchise fee. So if they don't need a franchise, and today I'm not knocking the franchises, a lot of them need them, but you got Expedia and all these websites you can go to today. There might be a possibility we can remove the franchise, which is expensive. The royalties are expensive, the franchise fee is expensive. The punch list that you got to go to every 5 years to put in brand new TVs and beds and everything. How does a hotel operator make money? So we show them how they can make money and actually start a brand new brand. So we can bring in the bigger player that wants to expand their hotel enterprise or get into it. They can buy 10 to 20 of these places at a very good price, and we can help them develop a brand new boutique hotel franchise if they want to go that route, or just a chain. Same thing with the restaurants. We're looking at restaurants now. Usually restaurants have a 10 to 15 year run before they become old news and nobody's interested anymore and they start to go out. So with or without COVID, they were going, a lot of these restaurants. I won't name anybody right now, but when they leave, new ones come in. So now we're looking at vacancies to offer maybe 10 to 15 spots and structure a chain or franchise opportunity. We have a new agent on board, Dan Collins, who's a franchise expert. And I think anybody that comes to us, we refer them right over to Dan, and Dan would be able to assist them with that concept.
And he's been doing that for a long time too. I think over 20 years he's been at it. So
he's got a lot of experience. Yep. We have, in fact, all of our agents have experience in other areas besides real estate. It's one of the qualifications that we require. And I think we're going to talk about that a little later.
Yeah, absolutely. So speaking of agents, we just happened to fall onto that topic. How about that?
Okay.
So with everything that CRES Corp offers, I imagine you probably have a line around that 67,000 square foot building of agents lined up waiting to come in, right? So what does CRES Corp offer agents interested in becoming a part of all of this?
Okay. Yes, agents. Well, CRES Corp is a unique company. A lot of companies, when an agent joins, um, they're promised the world, and then they walk in, they're handed a box of cards, they're told to hit the street and come back with business. And when you come back with business, you got to split it 50-50 with the company. This is the commercial side, okay?
50-50. Come on.
Yeah, hey, I started off with that, okay? Everybody did. And then when you get into the commercial companies, they're all 50-50. Yeah, yeah, it's tough. So I never believed in that. I always thought if an agent goes out and they're bringing business in, that they should get a bigger cut. But I think the biggest thing that we offer agents is training, okay? And our training goes on all the time. And if it's not held in a Zoom class, which is now we're doing Zoom classes because we're stuck here, we like to do them in person, but that'll come back next year. But we're constantly training the agents, and then if it's not there, I'm always mentoring them, or other agents are mentoring agents. We're always here for the agents. Okay, we help them with everything, contracts. We don't do their contracts for them. At least in the beginning, we might, but then after that, they're on their own.
Got to
One of
pull
our,
a little bit, right?
yeah, we got to give them some help, you know.
Yeah, a
So,
little bit.
but before I mention that, when an agent, if we're going to take an agent on, we prefer that they have some sort of outside experience outside of real estate. Some agents will come to us and they might be the number one agent of their company, showing the most real estate, this and that. And surprisingly, that's not exactly what we're looking for. So it's kind of a gut feeling when we look at the agent and we can tell if they have what it takes, because there's a lot more to it than just selling real estate. When they take our classes, some of the classes, we have two classes, two-part series called Guerrilla Warfare for the real estate agent. And it's a pretty intense class. Uh, it teaches them some of the dynamics of real estate that they would learn in other classes, but we teach them more of the strategy and the psychology that goes on out there. This is what they don't get in other companies.
Mm.
We like for them to know how to handle different personalities, different characters out there. So this way they know how to adjust themselves and get the business done. So any agent that comes in, they get to take these classes. Other people, they don't get to take these classes. They're exclusive to CRES Corp International agents. The one class that we offer to the public is called Introduction to Commercial Real Estate.
Mm.
And this is the one and only class that the whole public gets to see. And it pretty much breaks down everything. CRES Corp International, all the functioning businesses of our ecosystem, which is Pharus Global. And in fact, you can find that on YouTube. If anybody's interested, they can go to YouTube and they can look up CRES Corp International, and that video is in there for them to see. So this way they can get to see exactly what our businesses are about. But I think you asked me about commission structure for the agents, right?
Yes.
All right. So
what's making them line up to come sign up with CRES Corp? Come on, give us the secret sauce.
superior training, a superior commission structure. We have a lateral platform commission structure developed for the agent to succeed. That's it. Okay. CRES Corp will make money, but the agent's going to make money too. So when they come in, they get to choose which commission structure they want. Okay. So we have a business, professional, executive plan, and also a bonus plan because we're an extremely generous company. The bonus plan is incredible because that gets them 95%. Now there is a monthly fee and a membership fee that goes along.
95%? Did you say 95% in commercial?
Yes, but wait, there's more.
Oh wait, there's more.
So we would go up that high. Now here's the thing: there is a fee, a monthly fee, and a transaction fee that goes with that. So for every 10% that they own, because it goes from 70, 80, 90 to 95. Okay, then they get to pay a little bit more every month. But when you're talking, and I'm not going to brag about commissions here, but on the commercial side, you can make $50,000 to $100,000 per deal. And if you get to keep 95% of that, you're doing extremely well. And we hope all our agents get to do that. So we have that, but we also have a mentorship program. Remember before I told you we have a residential component to CRES Corp. So primarily we're a commercial real estate company, but we have a residential component and a very strong one at that. Because we have systems that we bring to the agents like quality home programs, simple system programs. These programs enhance that agent's business. But the agent that stays in becomes part of the mentorship program, they get to learn commercial real estate while they're earning 100% of the commission on the residential side.
Got it.
So agents that come on board get to earn 100% of their commission and learn commercial real estate at the same time. There is not another company out there that's doing this. We are the only ones. That's it.
This is like the BOGO of real estate. Buy one, get one free.
It is the BOGO of real estate.
That is awesome. I love it. So our CRES Corp agents, do they have to have certain credentials in order to join?
We look at everybody. So we're not looking at certain credentials. We like to see a resume, and we actually read the resume. We like to see if they've got it. What's that?
What a concept. You actually read the resume.
Well, what ends up happening is when an agent gets their license, all of a sudden they get these letters from all these companies. You know, we want you to join our company. What those companies are looking for is a body that can pay them monthly fees and maybe close a deal, this and that. They don't really have anything to offer outside of that. What we're looking for is talent, because we want our agents all to become successful. We like them to become wealthy. We like them to invest with us in properties, because we do train our agents to become investors. It only makes sense. They're the first ones to go out there and see these properties. If they come back with a property that looks good, why wouldn't they buy it with us? And you know, and by the way, that's part of our investment tactic later, that we are going to be working with our agents and our investors. I think I mentioned that before, to raise capital and invest in products. So we're looking forward to that. But before the agents can get there, they got to understand the business. So far we've been successful. Every single agent we have on board is actually working deals right now, and quite complicated deals. One of them is Michael Combs. I'll bring him up. You guys know Mike. Mike, he was a hair cutter. He's my hair cutter. Okay. And Mike actually got his license. I was getting my hair cut one day. I said, Mike, get your license. He says, okay. So he gets his license. And right away he's got, I think it was $10 million worth of deals out there lined up, and he closed all but one. And we're still working on that. And he's going to get more right now. But
maybe I need to grow my hair back so I could go find some agents.
Yeah. But here's Mike with no experience whatsoever in real estate. Yet I thought he had what it takes to make it, and I was correct. We have another one that came on board. She's relatively new, India Kerr. She's right now wrapping up her first contract on a $1 million deal out there. Never did a real estate deal in her life.
Nice.
She's excited. She's doing wonderful. I mean, unbelievable. I hardly had to help her at all. She's almost doing it on her own. You know, her first deal. So very proud of all our agents. And when we recruit, we don't really actively recruit. Occasionally one slides in, somebody very special, and we take them in. But what we do, we call it opening the books. And when we open the books, that's when we say, okay, we're recruiting at this point in time. We might do this 3 times a year, because we pull in the agents. It takes us time to get them trained up. We don't have time to constantly have a revolving door of agents. The other thing we want is stability. We want the agents to come with our company and stay with our company. This is why we offer them great commissions, training, investment opportunities, because these agents are happy. They're becoming wealthy in our company, and they're going to want to stay with the company. Other companies out there, they have a turnover you wouldn't believe. And who needs that? We don't need that. I'd rather have 20 agents that are actually closing deals and becoming partners of ours than to have thousands of agents that aren't doing anything. Okay, so there's my bandwagon.
Jump off that soapbox, will you?
Yeah.
So, do you accept any agents with no experience or the ones that have not yet got their license?
Yep, I do. Michael Combs was one. Um, you know, they don't need that. We're going to give them the training and the experience. What they need is something. I call it. Do they have what it takes? I don't even know what it is. I just know when I see it that that's an agent that's going to function, that's going to be good, and going to be happy with what they're doing. Brian, you and I, we've been through some that was supposed to be hot agents from other companies, and both you and I said,
Laura.
goodbye.
Bye bye.
Mm-hmm.
So you are currently recruiting them, and how does someone find out about CRES Corp International and becoming a part of all of this?
Okay. I think I see a email address and number going down there. If anybody's interested, they can contact Benny Spensieri at CRESCorpLLC.com or call me on my cell phone, and that is my cell phone number there, so you're going to get me directly. Other than that, you can call Brian Hartman. Brian can actually hook you up as well. Brian is a CRES Corp agent as well. He doesn't want to say that, though, because he's got his Ferris shirt on.
So you're actually going to pick up the phone if somebody dials you right now.
Somebody dials me, I'll pick it up. We'll talk.
Wow. The owner of CRES Corp International is willing to pick up your call. So dial him right now if you want to be a part of this amazing opportunity, and it's going to continue to grow from here. So with that said, Benny, thank you very much for joining us tonight, and I enjoyed spending the time with you.
Yeah, I had a good time.
We'll have
to do this again.
Absolutely. A lot of good things coming, so keep your eyes and ears open and reach out if we can help answer any questions. Say hello to Katrina. She's out there. Hope you're doing well.
Hi, Katrina.
Even Benny says hi. See that? So with that said, if you are a business owner, a real estate agent, somebody that would like to take part in this show, please reach out to me. You can reach me at brian@ferrisfunding.com. We'll be happy to get you into the upcoming shows. It'll be number 13. Lucky number 13 will be next week. So we're getting there. Tony Marie, welcome. Glad you were able to join us for the show. She's coming from LinkedIn. How about that?
Wow.
Very cool. Very cool. And if you have any further questions, don't hesitate to reach out to Benny. We appreciate everybody being here, and we're looking forward to seeing you next week. And everybody have a phenomenal Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much turkey. Have a good night, everybody. Tthank you for joining us.
See you. Take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.